How many do you want? No. How many do you want? No. How many do you want? I'll bring them now.
No, it'll be really fun.
No, it's not going to be fun because you don't have to edit it. I do.
No, watch. So every time I leave, I'll go like this.
No.
And then
no.
Yes.
No.
And then when I come back, all you have to do is just line up the snaps.
You have no idea how much I hate the snaps. And welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hi.
And Heather. Heather's here.
Hey,
how excited are you?
Super excited. Super excited.
Missed me.
Matter of fact, she's Googling something as we do the podcast.
Rangers. Listen, you will all know. The big guys in Power Rangers. What are they called? They had names.
Villains.
Villains.
No.
I didn't watch enough Power Rangers to know
what the bad guys were.
Whatever. How is everyone? I'm still Googling.
They're good.
They're good. I hope. Yeah.
Answering for them because we're not live.
No, we're
not.
We're not. This is recorded.
You can answer while they're listening.
Right.
How are you doing?
Well,
Heather?
actually,
I'm wonderful.
There was a listener who said that like when she listens, she feels like she's like talking with her friends, and she's like, but like no one's answering me because I'm basically talking to myself.
I'm sorry, we can't answer you. When we're live,
on a live, we can. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of live, we'll be doing lives for our patrons members.
Yeah. Not her.
No. She's not a patron. Yeah, even though she says she's not gonna have the link because it's through Patreon.
Breaking in.
Don't know how.
We'll see. I'll go to someone's house. Right. Just let me know when I can swing by your house.
Let me get your login. Hey, this isn't Netflix. If you're on Patreon, don't share your login.
Right.
We need the $4.
That'd be so funny. That would be
right?
like, can you not?
People
it's
in the
$4.
Can you imagine you're scrolling through the community? It's like, hey, does anyone have that Riley Black Project
Patreon?
Patreon login.
I want to listen to it on Friday instead of Monday.
I'm gonna start a forum. You all wait.
Jap it.
I'm taking money out of our
pocket. Right out.
Speaking of which, if you're not subscribed to Patreon, that was a good time to go to Patreon.
Good plug.
Riley Black Project.
You get discounts if you sign up for the year.
That's right. And you get the podcast a week early. Now we're gonna have some lives strictly for Patreon members.
Yeah.
So a lot of added benefits.
Merch
we thought about it.
I almost drank my beer and dumped it on myself.
And speaking of beer, she's making me day drink.
Oh yeah, we're day drinking today. Yeah.
So I dropped the kids off to plan ahead.
John's being responsible.
Agua. Someone's got to pick the kids up.
I know. I was like, damn. I guess.
Especially daycare. Because, I mean, JR theoretically could walk if he really needed to.
Right. But yeah.
But no. Jackson can't.
He's also, JR, no.
So
he's too crazy.
You survived Mexico.
I did. So did you guys.
Yeah, barely. Yeah. There's one night where it was a little sketch. But yeah, my body was like, what is this? Drinking 3 days in a row, sitting in the sun all day, every day. Like we don't do this. And my body was like, meow.
I woke up the next day and got in my pool and just found all. Remember, I was texting you. I was like, "Tell me the names of the songs."
She was reliving Mexico, and I was like trying to
no
like.
From afar.
Yeah,
no, there was no Esther.
No,
you had a dance. Right? You had a dancer.
I did have a dancer.
Yeah,
Logan was my go-go dancer on the side of the pool.
That was great.
So I'm playing another song. I'll keep dancing.
I love how one of JR's favorite song, which is Pepas by Farruko.
Yeah.
How Bud was in the pool at one point when that song came on, because it came on every single day because it was like the song that everyone
multiple times.
Yeah, the song that everyone went crazy to. And Bud goes, how does everybody know this song?
Well, and your friends from Philly were like, why is this, like it seems like everyone knows all the songs. I'm like, yeah, it's like they're playing all the
reggaeton, like actual songs.
And they're not just like one off.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And then when it wasn't those, it was like old school hip hop.
Right. It was. Yeah. It's perfect. Right. Yeah.
Best era of music.
Right.
It was because of Esther's group that they played a lot of hip hop.
Yeah.
Because when they weren't there, it was straight reggaeton. It was straight reggaeton. But then when they were in the water, they played the hip hop for obvious reasons.
And then they played that one song that I fell in love with. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So did you tell them about the dance that when I did my
the one that she had the choreographed dance to? I can't remember it. We figured it out, and now I already forgot.
I wanted to learn it. So backstory: there was a lady at the resort. What was she, like the pool?
Yeah.
Like the party lady.
like,
I guess. She just like hyped everyone up. So Tiff was doing a choreographed dance to this song that they kept playing, and you both heard the song.
Yeah.
They played it like every single day.
Right.
And Bud was getting drinks at the bar, and I was like, I'm gonna learn this dance. Like, I don't know where anyone is. Like, Brie and Mary up at the pool. Yeah. You guys were still on your way down.
Yeah.
And I went. And
I think I went to the bathroom at one point.
And then I Shazammed it so that I could figure out like, what it was later. And I mean, use this. I tried to speak in Spanish the whole time I was in I'm currently actively trying to learn Spanish. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna learn this song.
Yeah.
And then I look it up, and it's written in fucking Zulu.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's that one.
Not
Yeah. It's not
Spanish. It's like words that there are silent ends in the beginning of the word you don't pronounce. So I did learn it. I do know the words. I actually know what they mean too. It's a freaking religious song.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was so funny because I was like, oh, I'm gonna learn this, and I'm like opening it expecting to read Spanish, and it was like letters that should never be paired together.
Yeah. Oh, I know what song. It's that song. It's that song. It like
it's called,
got famous or whatever through Reels and TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that,
Yeah. Well, and that happened with another song that was in Portuguese.
For you.
Yeah. I really liked it, and I could tell it sounded a little bit different. And it's happened to me before with Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I knew there was a chance it was Portuguese. And I remember like telling you like I really like this song. You're like, yeah, that's a good song.
My cough is back. Oh, right.
But like the word, like look at the words.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually do know, like I said, I know it, and then I made sure I read like what it actually means.
So now she's
right. You know what you're saying. Well, because I mean, JR's song "Pepas" by Farrakhan is talking about popping pills in the club, and he's sick.
And he's all about it.
So,
some of the things that we listened to when we were younger, though, like the first time I realized that TLC's Red Light Special.
Oh my god. How about Candy Rain?
Yeah.
Candy Rain. I was in this probably social media told me what Candy Rain actually stood for, and I was like, oh.
If you don't know, look it up.
Or don't.
It might ruin it for you. It kind of ruined it for me. So I mean, yeah.
They're candy coated raindrops.
Stop it. Stop it. Anyway.
Welcome to the revolution in laser engraving. Introducing Lens Digital, the creators of the game-changing Pyburn rotary attachment. With the Pyburn 4.0, you can turn ordinary cups, tumblers, glasses, and more into extraordinary masterpieces.
Looking to engrave niche items or want the functionality of a chuck rotary? Look no further than the Pyburn Grip, Lens Digital's chuck-style rotary. With a range of different sized jaws, you can easily engrave a wide variety of items. All Lens Digital products are compatible with most CO2 and Galvo lasers and were designed specifically for the laser industry. All that, paired with the best-in-class customer support, Lens Digital is your one-stop shop for all of your rotary needs.
Transform your laser engraving game with Lens Digital, where makers succeed. Unleash your creativity today.
And don't forget, we are proud Lens Digital affiliates as well. If you're shopping, code Riley Black will take $50 off any order of $600 or more.
Speaking of all things laser, check out Houston Acrylic at houstonacrylic.com for reliable laser tested and laser approved materials.
Made for makers by makers, Houston Acrylic features over 450 styles of acrylic sheets. With over 50 new arrivals being released this month, Houston Acrylic is committed to bringing new and innovative styles to the laser community. My personal favorite is the matte. Anything matte. And I feel it's perfect for everything.
Don't forget to save 10% by using our exclusive coupon code TRBP10 at checkout. Get inspired today and visit houstonacrylic.com.
Do it. So funny. So what's new with Heather and LoBo?
LoBo, absolutely nothing. I post on my stories sometimes.
Thanks.
I've just been focusing on Eon and Lens Digital. Finally got the Lens Digital merch line out. Super excited about that. So I've only been working on it since like May.
This does not represent how lime green this hat is. It's amazing. Like, yeah.
pretty green.
It's so good.
Shout out to Tabitha over at Laser Llama for the
Laser
hat.
Llama.
Yeah.
And it fits nice on my big old head.
My big old head too. Because I'm usually the XL because I like the like deep fit.
Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna slaughter me for that.
You like it deep?
I saw it coming and I was
Shout
like, I can't stop.
Shout out to Bud with the deep fit.
I like, you're gonna see my face when you play it back, like, fuck. I have to say it.
The mid-sentence realization.
But yeah, sorry about
No, it's
that.
fine. It's fine. It doesn't.
I got the merch kits out. So you got a t-shirt, right?
Yes.
And then anybody that got 20 referrals or more got a full merch kit. So now that some of them have already done an unboxing, I can tell what's in it. So I sent them all a tripod, which kind of just looks like a wand. So it like folds up.
Right.
And it has this little remote that's like this big. It like, snaps into it. It's so cute. Obviously for content so that they can just hover it over their machines or whatever for recording. I got them. We sent them over. I keep saying I got them because I built the boxes. I'm very
right.
But I didn't pay for them. Stan and Lynn.
Right.
Stan and Lynn. Stan and Lynn.
Stan and Lynn.
Something is up. Okay.
But they gave me full control, so that was like I felt like I was like releasing like my
your little babies
out into the universe.
Your merch babies.
So they got a rotating platform, which are mirror, but it also comes with white and black, so that they can like cover it up if they don't want the mirror. And then full merch, they got hats, long sleeve t-shirts that say Innovator on the sleeve. Those that got 40 referrals and more got their hoodies, which also say Innovator on the sleeve. Everybody got a New Era track jacket that was embroidered and it says Innovator on the back.
Fancy.
Cool.
And the short sleeve t-shirt. So and then anybody who didn't get a merch kit, I gave a short sleeve t-shirt, and then we have magnets and stickers and a bunch of stuff. So everybody was super excited. It took forever. I ordered from we won't say who we're ordering from. You don't want to order through them. Perfect quality, just takes forever.
Right.
But once I got them all, and I was like, oh, it was so worth the wait. And then I was able to get them out before we went to Mexico. So then while we were in Mexico, people were just like tagging me, and I wasn't paying attention to anything because I was drunk the whole time. And then when I get back to like everybody's videos and like excitement. So that's what I've been working on. That and Eon. So Eon, I'm back on the.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eon, your role changed.
Yeah, my role changed. I'm out of support. As much as I love support, that role belongs to EJ.
Yeah.
He's already kicking ass at it. So
of course, because he's amazing.
And I love working side by side with him on the management team. So like we play very well. My role is to make sure that the group is under control, that any problems that come in because we're on post approval. That if anything gets to me, it's hey, before I let this into before I let this into the wilderness, like do we have the ticket? Like did we calm this person down yet? Like do I need to reach out to them directly? And then I can do like the handoff to those who can actually handle the issues and not just organize those who
right.
So I'm happy to be back in that role and have hopefully more time for LoBo once things settle down with traveling and whatnot, because traveling again. We did Mexico. I just got back from Philly. I go to Illinois for LBX next weekend.
And you're presenting
at
LBX.
Presenting. I'm super excited about just having one presentation. You know, like
no shade on
Mark. The next level laser conference. It's just this one is such a different vibe from what like we do there. Like this is going to be more of like a slide deck presentation on like what like just like a quick breeze through of a project. Not really a hands-on kind of a thing that we did at the Next Level Laser Conference. Like a lot less time. Like I'm only gonna have about a half hour to actually speak to the audience. And then I'm gonna do roughly like a 15-minute Q&A.
So is it just drop in? Do you have any idea how many students you're gonna have? Okay.
And with 500 people attending, like I'm a little throw uppy.
See, I would just tell myself that 40 are gonna show up or 20 or whatever, and then just handle it when 500 show up. Just okay, let's go. Because if I think about the fact that 500 could show up,
well, depending on how
it
how the venue is,
no
and the
way
venue
500, because then I'm gonna feel. I mean, not that this is ever gonna happen, but God forbid all 500 come to my class. That means that 2 other people that are presenting at the same time as me. One
there's multiple.
So I think it's me, Robert,
I wouldn't want to be up against Robert. But that might be good for you.
I did the same thing.
All
I was like,
500 of them were there.
Because I wanted to see Robert. Like, I actually wanted to go to, like, I saw, like, there were, before they assigned our, like, time slots, I saw that there were, like, 2 open that, like, would fit me, like, without being, like, the first thing in the morning, because then you're going to get, like, that's just going to be my face. So I was like, oh, don't put me at this one, though, because I want to go to his, like,
he's...
I'm so sorry.
She said she put it on.
Did, but I forgot I had an alarm set because the Phillies tickets are going on sale for Phillies are in postseason. Listen, that was not planned when you guys planned this.
Well, but I was gonna say Robert reminds me, he's like the male version of Kathy. He's so freaking smart.
Yes. And did you see like the new tray thing that he's working on?
I heard about it.
The Roco. It's a Roco. Robert. So it's like
I love that.
So it's for the bolt. Let me make sure this alarm is off and not snoozed before I get yelled at again.
Right, I'm good for that. Snooze. Oh shit.
They came out with the bolt. Right. So Kathy Ray got her bolt first.
Yeah.
And
listen, the bolt is cute.
The goal.
I've never really considered Thunder. So I was like,
it is so cute.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't fit our V4 or the grip because of the longer rail. So Kathy was like, when I get mine, we'll figure out the dimensions, and then if you can make me a shorter rail, I'll just convert like what I have right now into like a thing.
That's true. I didn't even think about the fact that basically almost Kathy and Robert are kind of like collabing.
We have a side chat and everything
awesome.
Where we're like talking about measurements, talking about what needs to be changed, how many eighths of an inch it needs to go down, or Kathy,
two geniuses working together.
It's just like I'm just here like
I would feel so inferior. I'm just like, oh, let me watch
this unfold. That's all I'm doing. Like, yeah, guys, good job. Wonderful. I love it. I'm gonna market the fuck out of this. You tell me when it's ready. So, but now Thunder Canada, because we have the relationship with them on the Lens Digital side, like Thunder USA currently we don't have the relationship, but Thunder Canada we do. So Thunder Canada wants to be able to market the Pyburn for the bolt. So they're figuring out their own way to do it as well. So they've been talking to Stan and Len and getting measurements and stuff, because as fast as we can work, like their customers want it right now. So they're like, hey, listen, we figured this out. Well, I mean,
one of the first questions when the Thunderbolt came out was, can the rotary fit in there, the Pyburn? Because I mean, we've talked about like a tumbler dedicated laser. And the bolt, I mean, or something similar in size, if it has rotary capabilities, is perfect for that, because now you have your rotary dedicated laser, but it's not a Mira 7, which I mean, they have a smaller footprint than obviously the 9, but it's still like they're still big machines. So having to only, have a much smaller, it's like perfect for tumblers, but there has to be some like modifications and stuff. But I mean, you put, especially, and Len, I mean, he's like genius. You put the 3 of them together, and
I was gonna say I have a picture of it. If you guys, did you see the Roco?
I might have seen pictures like scrolling the feeds, but I haven't seen any of it like up close.
Hey there, podcast listeners. How great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape your 9 to 5 to embrace your lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Freedom to Create webinar, where you'll learn how to make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head over to eonlaser.us/whyus and sign up for the Freedom to Create webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
Attention all laser owners and crafters. Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than Crazy Laser Dad laser-ready blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced, tested, and ready to use with your lasers. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for all your customers.
So, what are you waiting for? Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their laser-ready blanks.
So it basically is just an inset like table.
So it's almost like cutting the bottom out of
exactly
the Glowforge.
Yep.
That's cool.
If you can send that to us so I can superimpose so our viewers.
Right?
As
I'm like,
I guess
ooh.
Sorry.
Not for you. Just for me.
Well, unless it's a design. Yeah, unless it's.
No, he's selling. He's actively selling.
You
them.
can share it? Okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that way they can see it.
So
That's
there will be
awesome.
he'll have a version,
And
then there. It sounds like there's going to be a couple different versions of like depending on where you bought it from.
So, how big of a cup can you engrave on this? It's like, because I know that like they're making the modifications. Are they still able to, like, I mean, because right now Stanley and similar cups are like hot
so that's
shit.
the 40 ounce, I think.
Oh wow, yeah.
So there's
Nice.
definitely enough clearance for like.
That's for most. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll handle like larger dog bowls and stuff.
Right. Hell,
But
my
at least-
Mira,
but at
my
least
Mira
tumblers.
barely even covers
I
that.
was just gonna
So
say, yeah,
with the dog
mirrors
bowls,
with the-
I think it might work on like the 8-inch dog bowls, which are smaller, but
yeah, like it has plenty of clearance. So that's
nice. See, so it's obviously a much smaller,
Right.
like, you know,
like if you figure it, like just the rail is shorter on that pie burn. So if you're
Right.
used to the size of the pie burn, you can kind of gauge how
Right.
big that bed is.
yeah,
It's so cute.
right,
It's so cute. I just want to squeeze it.
right. Yeah, the little baby laser.
I just feel in you should be my squishy. And I'll hold you.
So
Right.
in relation to, because isn't there a Mirror 5?
Yes,
So
but
is it like in
But
between
it
the
doesn't have
7
the
5
same.
well,
the Mirror
the
5
Mira
or the
5,
dimensions?
I think so. Emily called it her baby Mira, and she did try the pie burn in the 5, and like you can,
You can do
but
skinnies.
like you can do like the
Okay.
Save a Cup skinnies that I typically do. You can do those in
But
there,
like that 40.
but like that 40
No.
ounce,
Okay.
no way.
you don't need a ton more clearance, but it definitely not enough.
It just
No.
doesn't have it. Yeah. So, and and again, the 5s, I haven't compared the two in size because I feel
I
like
would never go
the
with 5 if I had
Thunder,
room for at
yeah.
least a 7.
Well, and the
now-
Thunder
yeah.
is like it's smaller, but it's like taller.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
In
'cause it has more
comparison.
on the Z-depth than-
Yeah. Right. Okay. So the Mirror 5 is like kind of like longer
Mirror
and
5, I can
skinnier,
literally,
wider.
hug it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
And the
the
bolt?
the Thunderbolt
I
is
wouldn't
like
hug the bolt. I don't have one.
yeah. But it's taller.
I'm just saying. So it's
Taller
just-
and
it's-
thinner.
okay.
Yeah, it's like I would say probably like comparable in size to the Mirror. I haven't actually checked the dimensions.
Right.
but
Yeah,
it
I haven't
looks-
compared the two.
It definitely looks tall because the Mirror 5
Right.
is kind of like the equivalent of like if you just like kind of shrunk the 9. Like,
Yeah.
it's not very tall at all. Like
Yeah.
it looks like the bolt has definitely
Right.
a lot
Okay.
more
Which is
depth.
why you have the clearance for like
Right.
bigger-
Yeah.
Just wanted to give our viewers and listeners some comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, but they cute. They were smart. They were smart with that
So
one. I
cute.
was like, uh-oh.
And then of course
Eon.
all of us like it's not
Get
even just
on
like,
it.
whoa, what can it do? We're all like, it's so cute.
Right.
Can we just
Well,
have it 'cause
and
it's cute?
affordable. I don't know how much they
I
are.
don't know either.
And affordable. I don't know how much they are.
Oh crap! Here, edit this out too. Let me look.
They're really affordable. I don't know how much they are.
I'm
though.
pretty sure they're like five or 6, maybe.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I think they're close in comparison to like between a 5 and a 7.
Well,
Right.
I would
Well, and-
think so
and then
because if the dimensions are like kind of in the middle as well, that price point they can probably,
Well, and it's another competitor. Yeah,
Right.
4,995. So 5,000. Listen, I always try to like not throw too much shade at Glowforge because again, Glowforge is the reason
but the
both
market.
Heather
but,
and I are sitting here.
but at the same
but
time, the market
the-
is becoming more competitive too.
Way more competitive for the
So,
Glowforge.
Yeah.
Because you compare the Mira 5, the Mira 7, the Thunderbolt, and the Glowforge, and I would never recommend any of my family or friends get a Glowforge unless maybe you're like a paper crafter or
not
you hobby. And that's true, because when you think about the price, like it just
Not with the
doesn't
other
make
options
sense
out there right
anymore with
back
the
then.
price
I may
comparison.
have just with like a very loud
then.
precaution of like it's slow as fuck.
Right. Because there's still like the K40 and the K40. I mean, those like you have to be mechanical if you do anything with OMTech. And you have to be willing to learn and like tinker and stuff. Sorry, you're not normally there.
I coughed on you a couple times.
Okay.
The Glowforge detail I found, like we do have Eon customers, and again, completely different laser, completely different.
I was one of those customers. It caught me off guard that it like didn't engrave exactly or cut exactly.
So we get people, and even like, so we have people that have like the $30,000 Trotexs that then compare their mirror whatever engraves, and it's like, it's like comparing like a Lamborghini to like a Kia. Like, well, I mean, no shit on Kia.
I was saying there's
but you know
one
what I mean? Like, it's a completely different thing. Like, you can't compare it like apples to oranges. So like, we have people, and I'm sure you both know that keep their Glowforge because there are certain things that this material, I get a darker engrave or a more crisp,
or for prototyping, it's less setup. I can literally like turn it on and like go, and it, well,
that's another thing I was gonna say.
Smaller materials.
Kind of on the plus side to the Glowforge is the user friendliness.
That's the only reason I would still to this day recommend Glowforge.
And even then, it's still like.
But at the same time, with that said, now there are more resources because you both have courses to teach you the software.
And support is free.
And
lifetime. And we're on the phone with you. We're FaceTiming you. Like in the instances where none of that works, we're flying to you. So Glowforge is like, can you mail me back your machine and then just wait for a new one?
Because
and in the meantime,
and it's something minimal. It's something like a light bulb went out, or like it just
4, right?
Yeah.
In a matter of 3 months. And had I been running a business at that time,
you would have been screwed. Yeah,
I would have been. Totally
well, I mean, it even did still like throw you off because, sure, like your business at the time wasn't like product heavy, but like you still needed to make stuff for like friends and family, and like it was still throwing off your time, and you couldn't help your friend or family with that order because you didn't know if you're going to have a working machine. So
and that was literally the difference between at that time. Like, remember my first Christmas? I was making ornaments like crazy.
Same.
It was just like,
well, and mine went out and in November when I was like hot, right in the middle of it, and I was at Amanda's house until 2 a.m.
Remember, it was right after the holiday, broke like in like the second week of January, and then it just stayed broke. All 4 of them.
And that's why it's hard to like, because even in that situation, like, sure, it's plug and play, but like all of the other things that come with it, like it doesn't necessarily outweigh the plug and play part. Like, okay, yes, you might have to align your lasers, your mirrors. Yes, you might. It might be a little bit more on the upfront, but I don't know.
I think that's what I think the industry just overgrew them. They haven't been able to keep up.
The industry kind of outgrew them.
Because I remember when you guys all first started, it wasn't the only option, but it was
that we knew about
the way least scarier option to go with,
and there was a lot less support.
Right. So also, and again,
in the community,
the 5 is a cheaper way to get in. It's a less of an investment to get in. That's where the Glowforge came in.
Was the easier barrier for entry or whatever. Which some people are not happy about, because then it is more competition. I've seen a lot of posts in the groups and stuff lately about how things are priced. It's not as hard for people to get into lasers anymore. Because there's more machines at a more affordable rate, and so
but I mean that also that just forces you to up your game,
to niche down,
and there's so many niches that you can
it's literally endless.
Like, oh my god, like the lady next door bought a laser, what am I gonna do? Like,
keep being you,
even if you're both doing the same exact thing,
right,
it's not going to be the same exact thing.
And here's the other thing. If you've been in the industry,
right,
and you're moving, and someone else, okay, so now 30 more people bought lasers,
right,
cool. You have how many years on
that's what I'm gonna say. They're 2 years behind you in
they still have
figuring out the laser, the software,
so you have like people to network with,
right.
It's not always, and I mean, we all know in the group. Again, sorry.
It doesn't
all
hear
know
it.
in the group, thankfully, because I punched it like 6 times.
We're testing the durability on our mics. And our new mics.
Thank you, Rode mics. You hold up to Heather.
But it's like we're always community over competition, and we always have been. Like none of us have ever, and I mean, like our core crew has never like gravitated towards the people who are looking just to make a buck off of somebody. Like, yes, do we need to make money 100%? But like, the way that all of us gravitate is you come to me for help, I establish a rapport with you, and then you want to learn more from me. So then you or you
invest
watch my
in
free stuff, and you decide buy my files. You want the full-blown curriculum timeline laid out for you. Like, we're never like, hi, do you need help? Cool. My course is $498.
Right. For a simple question. Exactly. It's like, I'll answer that question. But if you need a little bit more.
Sign up for our one-on-one coaching. I would love to help you. Like, sign up with this.
Right.
Like, and that's how we've been doing this since 2019. And it's the first thing we always hear is, thank you so much. Like, I know how busy you are. Like, it's crazy that you even stopped to reply to me. And like in our heads, it's like, what? This is what we do.
Right. I live and breathe this.
Send me a message that you need help. Like, what am I supposed to do? Be like,
say no.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Like, don't message me. Don't message me for help. What do you think I am, a course instructor?
Right.
Actually, I am. Join the course.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
This is a good time to say we have.
Speaking of that, we should.
I'm trying here to make us some money.
No. So speaking of that,
wait,
Brittany.
Hold on.
What?
Pause. How do I make this full without trying to get mad at me?
You don't. You already paused, so it's.
John's really mad at me because my idea was every time I need a new beer, I will snap, and then he just has to line the edits up.
He like you to snap,
so that it looks like I just snap and I went got my beer. John's not a fan of.
Do your wiggle and go get one, and then I'll bring it back to the courses.
Why don't you just talk about the courses while I'm gone?
Because I need you here.
I can hear you.
Just go get your fucking drink. No. No.
See, and this is why. This is why I don't. We're trying to do a podcast here.
Mm-hmm.
And she just gets up.
Oh, I see a spot that I missed. I'm cleaning the table.
Oh, well. Is it
no, forward.
This one? Here? Oh, up here?
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing multiples.
I was going to tell her too, but I thought she was going to say, no, but it's going to get warm.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I was going to offer to get the cooler. So there was some ice.
Please keep that in.
I'm keeping all of it in. No, I'm not cutting any of it out. You walked out, you left, we talked crap about you, then you came back.
Perfect.
I'm not going to.
You planned it out perfectly.
So
for our viewers, so that way you guys can be just as annoyed as I am.
So speaking of our courses, Brittany with, I think it's Designs by Brittany, is it? Yeah. So we've had her on previously, all the wedding signs. Yeah. And so she was posting the other day, she had like a ask me a question thing. Her son got strep, and so she was at home, which again is one of the luxuries and cons, I guess, to being a mom and a business owner, because your business is there, it doesn't exist when your kids are sick.
Right.
But anyway, she was at home, and so she did the like ask me a question thing, is she's like, you know, hanging out on the couch with him, taking care of him. And one of the questions was like, how did you learn Adobe Illustrator, or like, you know, what class did you take? And she's like, oh, I didn't take any class. She's like, I'm sure there are classes out there for that. You know, but I just don't know them. And she was just talking, and she even said, like, you know, if you know of any classes, you know, go ahead and send them to me. And I was like, I know one. And then so I sent her a message, and it was funny because I was like, Heather has an Adobe Illustrator class, you know, AI for lasers. And what's the glowcreatecourses.com, right? Is your, And so I sent that to her and she was like, oh, thanks. And then like immediately after I sent that, and I was like, oh, and I also have one that's for silhouette. Like I literally forgot for a second, like, oh, this would also be a perfect time for me to tell her I have one as well for silhouette. And she goes, oh, why didn't you say that? I was like, because I legit didn't think about it. And so she like, shared it and she's like, oh, Crystal. And then, so I reshared her answering that person's question. And I was like, if you didn't know, Heather and I
told me that you tagged
I tagged you in the, she didn't say anything. I was like, this ungrateful bitch. I gave her a shout out. And so I shared it and I was like, if you didn't know, Heather and I both have courses that help teach laser or design software for laser owners. And I was like, what did I say? I said something like, right. I said something, I was like, and if you do know, or if you don't know, it's like, and it's because we don't talk about it like we should. Like we never promote it. Like, we struggle with that. Like it's hard to tell people about it and not feel spammy. And it's like, I never feel spammy when anybody else talks about their courses, or like, It doesn't feel that way to me. So why have this like thing in my head that like I just focus on? But it was funny because even my accountant, who I'm working with now, and we're like switching to that profit first, whatever financing, and she even replied and she said, she said something like me as well, or me as fuck, or whatever. She was just like, yes, me too, about how hard it is to just talk about things that you've made. One, it's also because of like the price. It's like, hey, give me $400, like, of your hard-earned money so that I can teach you something. It's the imposter syndrome. It's all of those things. And like, I
don't ever have a problem like spamming I don't even say spamming, but like giving my YouTube link, which is technically spamming, like it's the first thing that free. I think of, and I'm always the person that is like, hey, before you learn about my courses, like
check out my YouTube,
please check out my channel, because I mean, some people say I talk fast,
and
like I say
a lot
weird.
Of people does say things weird. But because I've heard people say, oh, can you say that slower? And you're like, I can, but it's just she starts slower and then it just gets faster because she doesn't read, because it's just how fast she talks. Yeah, but I mean, it's a good way.
But that's how I teach. So that's why I'm like, if you can follow along on my YouTube channel, then you know that like this we're getting in the course, and you're not going to become a student of mine and then be in my inbox and be like, I can't follow you, talk too fast. Like, I can't slow down. Like,
well, you can always do that on the videos. You can go into the settings and slow it down.
Yeah, because I know you can speed it up. I found out, which is funny. I didn't know that
when they speed that up. And it's accidentally. I'm like, oh my god, what did he do?
Well, I've done it accidentally on like YouTube, or even on the podcast on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to it like faster, like 1.5 or like 2, and I'm like, what's happening? I remember one time I was like, oh my god, I was about to like message you because I thought he fucked something up when he uploaded it, and I was like, oh no,
the podcast is super fast,
and it's down at the bottom, and it doesn't even say anything. It just says 1.5, and I was like, let me push this and see what happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, crisis averted, we're good. But that is an option if something feels a little too fast.
And also too, the opposite is true. The opposite is true if you want to like kind of hurry up but are afraid of missing anything. You can go up at 1.5 and it'll speed it up a little bit. Because on my marketing course,
he edits, and I'm like,
I would say it's too much for me. I edit this. You speed it up.
You
have to, or else it takes forever.
It does.
It's real time. It's real time. I'm like, I'm editing here. I don't need to listen to it real time. I was there.
Right.
Let's go. When does she stop talking, and when does she start talking?
When did she leave to go get that damn beer?
That's all I need. That's all I need.
When did she start?
I know it happens around here. Oh, I know there was a funny moment around here. Let me listen to this chunk. So when you're going through the courses, just remember you can speed up and slow down. So if something's too fast, or you can just go back and rewatch it.
It was
and for me, I repeated it like 6 times. So if you didn't catch me saying it the first time, I go over it again.
Yeah, but when I was talking to Brittany, she goes, girl, talk about it. She was like, I'm sure you worked really freaking hard on it. And I was like, yeah. And I go, yeah, I cried for 6 weeks straight. And she was like, See, like I'm like I went through all of that stress and anxiety and literal tears because we were not only recording, editing, and like creating our course, we were learning Kajabi too, which I love Kajabi, but holy crap, is Kajabi like it's a lot. I did not. That was
so much more than you
way underestimated.
Well, it was kind of like you were almost relearning the software. Because you have to talk about everything, and you don't always use
slow
everything.
down.
And then with Kajabi, you also have to build your sales page.
Right.
Yeah, you have to build a website.
So you have
offers.
So you're learning how to build a website, and then you're learning for you because
I had to learn how to edit.
You're learning how to edit. So you're kind of like learning 3 different things.
While
trying
highly underestimated all of that. I didn't realize that it was going to be a thing, and then 2, I underestimated the amount of work those things would be, and then. I mean, so going back
until the last minute,
right? And going back, I wouldn't have done it differently because making the course as it was going on was the best way to do it, honestly, because we had how many months before that and we weren't getting it done. And anything I got done before that, I ended up redoing because that's unfortunately how I work. When I wrote papers in school, I wrote them in the last minute. I had to.
Or else saying it's done. Because like you said, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
I have time.
Yeah.
If I don't have time, then it's like, okay, well, guess what? You're done wasting all your
and
time.
I ran out of time, so I had to make it happen.
Well,
but
we also
forcing me to do that. Like,
we got a chance to take the feedback from modules and work them into ones that we probably wouldn't have included.
Like
there was things
I didn't want to include Curve.
There was
I was forced to.
I would say as soon as we got through like 1 and 2, like we asked for feedback from our betas or our, what did we call them, founders?
I called mine like VIPs or I don't know what I called them.
Founders, I think I called mine.
I don't think so. Ambassadors.
Whatever.
I think mine were VIPs.
It's been a long time.
It's been over a year. So,
but we had them that they were going through and saying like, oh, like I think this would fit better here, or don't forget to mention this, or
this wasn't 100% clear for me.
Or I would love it if you went over this like in a little bit more depth. But that's how my mini course became a thing. Because when I first launched, I had my bonus module, which included info on Procreate. It was just like how to create the basics. And it was like so many people wanted more just that piece. Like they're like, oh, do you offer anything in Procreate that isn't Adobe Illustrator?
And no one's gonna buy the like $400 or $500 course for one module. For that one like mini.
And then it was like the more I build out the Procreate, it became a mini course that came with Adobe Illustrator, and then eventually I was able to completely make like 2 separate products where now you can just sign up for the Procreate part of it. But the Procreate part of it, like honestly, it's not even a mini course.
No,
like,
it's not
like
mini.
8 sections with like another 8 tutorials, like completely walk through tutorials. So that's how it evolves. But I, like you said, I liked how we did it because we got active feedback from our students, and it was like, oh, if we'd have done this a different way, we would have probably had to.
And I feel like I'm going to have to do that with this LED course that I've been putting off for literally a year and a half. Because
I said, God bless you. If that was
it was a call.
It's so funny. Jackson, he says, I don't even know what he says, but he's trying to say bless you when someone like, but it's no matter if you cough or sneeze.
That's my mom.
Mommy.
She's 67. She'll be like, God bless you. I'll be like, are you talking to me?
Right.
Like, yeah, and you just sneeze. I'm like, no. Thank you.
Right.
Shut up. Bless you.
But yeah, I feel like, which again, it makes me uncomfortable because now I'm like collecting people's money for something I haven't made yet. But that's the piece that kind of like forces you to get your shit together and put something out there because there's paid people waiting for you. People just expressing their interest. That doesn't motivate me in a sense. What?
Just the sign.
What about the sign?
Well, he had to travel thousands of miles.
Exactly.
And he had already paid.
He did.
He paid up front.
I helped you pay.
And this is our and
he paid a lot of money.
Yeah, and it was our second studio.
Did you make that or did it come with?
What?
I
made it.
She made
15 minutes before he showed up.
Because he was coming to be in person. She's like, maybe I should make his sign now.
Yeah. And then I was like, again, this is how I work. A week before, I'm gonna make it. I want to make it not at the last minute. And my laser is not a last minute laser. That bitch does not. She needs to be primed. She needs time. She's a diva.
I know someone like that.
Shut up. Shit, I am like that. Me.
The owner of that
and
laser.
You too.
I was kidding.
Oh. Damn.
That laser's owner.
Yeah. I know, bitch.
She can't do anything. Neither one of them can do anything last minute.
Well, I can, but not. Well, so I work well last minute, but stressed. Yes. Yeah, always.
It hasn't been on.
Yeah.
Well, and then we get some we get some messages. Sorry to talk over you. Like in Neon, where like every now and then it'll be like, for fuck's sake, like why does something break as soon as I need it?
Every time. It's like it happened. It's like every time I use my laser because 1, I'm stressed. 2, I need it a week ago.
And you're rushing.
And I'm rushing. And I need it to like just be that much faster.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, bitch. 1, she's old now. What do they call her? They call them. I know I'm not happy about it either, but they call them like fossils. They call our lasers the fossils because so much has changed.
Because it's what, the first gen?
Wait, are you talking about on the Eon side? We call them OGs.
OGs?
Or the pre-COVID machine.
Who calls them fossils?
Me.
You.
And I think Aspen one time called mine a fossil. And I was like, don't talk about Beyonce that way.
Right? Yeah, Beyonce. And well, Mariah Carey is a lot older than Beyonce. But they're the same age in our world as far as lasers. That's what we call
they like
our
the first
lasers.
Gens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shipment 3? 2. And I was shipment and I think I was shipment 4. Yeah. So
you were the
80s, yeah.
You were the second bone ever found. You're the 4th bone.
Yes. And that's why when I turn on my laser, she's like, bitch, where's my walker?
Mine's the bone that told them that this bitch could fly. Yeah.
So yeah. And when I turn it's funny, I turned on the laser.
So dust on you.
This dusty hoe. Where is she?
We really love them.
It's funny because hers you really have to uncover every time you go to use it.
Look at it. I just cleared it off.
I would say I cleared mine off. I had to open it the other day.
My
shocks are going, so like I forgot.
Oh yeah.
The knees are gone. Knees are bad.
You replace it wants to kill me. No. Every time I lower the shocks. Oh god. Aspen mailed me shocks in January. What year is it? January 2022.
Oh my!
When she came out, she opened and was like, Heather, and I was like, wait, do they not all? Is that not what it is? Because like that's the only laser I had ever opened. Like, I had no idea. And she was like, and I think she did it, and then who else came in that opened it, and then immediately was like. Because they thought the lid was coming back down.
Yeah.
As soon as you close, like I have to catch it.
Yeah.
And then like let it
it's
gently.
Mine used to be that way, and then I think when they came out to like service, they swapped.
So I still have the shocks. They're taped in the original box, and
it's like the old trunks or hoods.
Like, they're installed their shocks. I'm like, I still have them.
I have them. They're not in the machine, but
it's like the old cars where you open the hood and you put a piece of wood.
Hold it up. Yeah. Right. And God forbid that moves. You better move because you're gonna be
better move.
And it's funny when the text came out to yours.
Yeah.
You know the bed would always make that screeching sound. And has it always? And you're like, yeah, don't they all do that?
Is that not?
Is that not like a thing?
No, it was when I was on the phone with them and we were fixing something.
Oh.
And I was like, and I was doing putting the bed up, and it was like, and I was like, they go, is that your? Because not on FaceTime. I think we might have been on FaceTime, but whatever. They're like, is that your machine? And I was like,
we're gonna go ahead and send a tech over.
Yeah. Is that normal?
It's always done.
I remember
Hers did too.
Mine.
So I was like, oh, okay, it's
you
normal.
said it to me, and I was like, mine does that, and then I realized that mine was doing it because the back exhaust vent. That was rattling, and the metal panel in the back was going like.
Mine too. We have a little piece of cardboard.
Like echoing behind my machine, and I turned it on, and they were like, I think it was EJ that was like, can you just check your back? And like I put my ear up to the back of it, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely where it's coming from. I was like, let me see if I can figure out like the source of the noise.
Oh, we're such a mess. Yeah,
but it was something like so.
Mine
basic.
doesn't do that anymore.
All I had to do was
fixed it.
bend the silver latch out a little bit so that it caught tighter because it was loose enough that when the little latch slid up, it had some wiggle.
Right. Yeah, on the back.
So they were like just bend it in so that when it latches, it's like a tight latch. And
yeah,
never made that noise
mine
again.
was something else. It like kind of just. I think it literally just worked itself out because they told me, right? Because they told me to get some of that like some lube, and the lube didn't really.
Yeah.
That was not funny. It almost went all boy. Everything. I was like,
and there's
not on the microphone, not on the microphone.
Yes, please. Not on the microphone. I would have told. Listen. This is the first.
If it came out.
So for those OGs who really watch the YouTube and listen, and this is the first time a guest uses the Rode mic. You usually use this mic, but since the new arms aren't easily.
It's a pain to take it off and back on.
So you would be the one to spit all over that,
right? Mic. I mean, sorry, it was my fault. I said lube.
My mouth.
Sorry, it was perfect timing, if I say so myself. Anyway, she works good now. But so when we hooked up when we finally decided to just cut through the wall, and you hooked it up, I was like, well, let's like run it and let's see, how it works. And I was like, well, this is a perfect time for me to test because I just recently hooked up the bridge because mine's always had like it doesn't connect well. She does not want any parts of that. She wants to be connected with a USB, and it works. It's more because of how my setup is now. A cord wouldn't be so bad like across because before a cord across would have been across my tiny little office, and I would have 100% fell and busted myself. So it wasn't an option in our last house. And here it's an option, but I still like, USB space is at a premium. So I didn't want to use it for that. Anyway, so I got the Lightburn bridge, and each time it wouldn't connect. But what was probably happening was I needed it to work right now, and I wasn't giving it enough time for it to connect. And so the last time I dealt with support, we got my USB and all of the things fixed up and back up and running. And he was like, sometimes it can take 5 to 10 minutes for the bridge to actually like connect to your laser. And so I turned on my laser and set a 10-minute timer, and I call it a patience timer because it's like, just don't touch it for 10 minutes. And I checked it in 10 minutes and it was ready and working great. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was nice to like actually test it while not panic making a project at the last second because someone I owe something. Right. Let's go. That's literally what I do. Well, and just because for some reason in my routine, I think because I'm like sensitive to noises and stuff, I don't want to turn on the laser until I'm like ready to use it. Because like hearing it, and it's not that loud, but hearing it running kind of annoys me. And so when I am getting ready to start stuff, I do everything else. I get the file ready, I find the materials, I go wet the paper towel, like I do all of that, and then kind of turn on the laser. You could be
doing while
Granny wakes up and stretches and gets ready to go.
That's why I use the USB, but I don't use the I don't use the external. I use I'm hardwired.
Yeah,
she's never giving me a problem.
Yeah. Don't start now, Beyonce. When was the last time you actually made something on your laser?
Like an actual something, or like use my laser?
Both.
Because I use it often on this to help some people work.
To test something.
Like work people will be like, you just check this file, make sure like it's not
right
file.
Yeah.
Because sometimes files are just like rogue files.
Yeah, and like, you can't figure out why it's doing it, but it's just doing it.
Then we'll at least it's in your machine. So I've done a lot of those.
But isn't that making something?
Sure.
Kind of.
It's using material.
It is. It's using material. But like actually making a project. I haven't. It was funny. We're in Mexico and her friend is talking about like tumblers that she needs again, and Heather's like, Crystal can do it for you. I was like, what? And her friend's like, I mean, okay, but like,
She's
can
the
you?
only one I make stuff for.
Yeah.
She's literally the only human I'll make it.
And it's funny because she needs a tumbler made.
Yeah.
And she works for
Right.
both companies that can help make those.
Right. She'd literally be
like,
the
I own a company that can make tumblers.
No, right. But you work for the company that makes the laser that can do it, and the company that makes the rotary that makes it easier to make said tumbler. But she can do it for you.
She's gonna outsource.
That's what I do. Except for Mare. Mare's she's the only one.
Yeah, except she was the one you were trying to push off.
Well, no, someone else. Like, what do you want? It
Sure.
just depends.
Right.
Something I've already done.
Yeah.
Something already in 5 days, and I can just rerun the same stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So we decided to go ahead and cut a hole in our garage. And
we did.
Vent it out.
We cut a hole in our wall too.
Yeah. I kept telling him that you kept telling me to do that, and like so the part that finally made the connection for me was I was talking to Lisa one day. And she was Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, and Los.
His name's Robert.
And she was like, and I go, yeah, but like we cut a hole in the last house and we were sure like we weren't going anywhere. And then a year later, we're having to patch this, right? We're having to patch this big ass hole. And she was like, yeah, she goes, but where was the last one? I was like, in a bedroom. She goes, where's this one? And I was like, in the garage. And she was like, yeah, it's in a garage. She was like, I have 4 holes in my garage because I have so many lasers. And I was like, oh, good point. She's like, if you move, she's like, it's a vent.
Oh, well,
how many people have a vent in their garage that like, because that's normal to have a vent in the garage. And I was like,
and honestly, this one will be easier to patch up.
Is it
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was over there. It's easier to patch up than the house because there was stucco. There's just cinder block. At the house, it was cinder block. There was stucco on the other side.
The drywall.
There was the drywall.
There's the whatever it's called, like the outer wood on our house.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
Yeah, no. This one is there's a
yeah, you don't have that in Florida.
Yeah.
At our Florida house.
Florida?
Yeah, when he had to go to Home Depot and get a longer vent because the wall he wound up cutting through, not getting it, was like this thick.
Wow.
It was like concrete and then something.
Oh, and then something on top.
He literally was like, he looked through it and was like, well, I got through. He was like, but you know how like the end of the vent only has probably like much space to get through the wall.
Yeah, you need the collar inside.
The end of the vent was coming through it was this long and it was just coming through it on the inside. And he was like, I don't have enough space to connect.
Right.
Yeah, you need the collar. Yeah.
He was like, so
we got the collar.
I'm going to and I'll be back. He was like, didn't anticipate the wall being this.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
so
well, at least I know we're protected.
Right.
Yeah, and at the house, since it was a room, it was also insulated. So you can have to cut through the insulation as well. Here is just brick on one side, the cinder block on one side, and then the void, and then the cinder block on the other side.
Yeah.
And then those are the little thin
little stucco or
stucco or
whatever
cement or something on the other side. But yeah, it was just this is a lot easier. So if we do have to patch it,
we literally just need to put like a cap on the vent and we'd be fine. It's a garage.
You wouldn't have to patch it.
It's like
you saw pictures of my old setup. We went through the drywall, the insulation, and our siding. So we had to patch up. Like we left it. I was like, guess what? You have a dryer vent in your dining room.
I mean, we left the dryer vent
on the outside. The vent is on the outside. We didn't patch the outside.
We did patch the inside. Just you thought we hacked it. Like, but I put the
ours was
original
not
hole at the bottom, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And we went, and I was like, "The exhaust is up here." Like, it needed he made it so it needed to do like a
because it was going straight out. So you need.
I needed it to go straight out the back, and he put the hole all the way at the bottom, and I was like, we used that black and yellow tubing. I was like, this isn't bent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It literally needed to go down. And I was like, they can't I now need 4 extra feet just so that the
and it won't exhaust well. Right.
So then we had to cut another hole above that. So we had 2 gaping holes behind the machine.
Oops. Whoops. Sorry.
Just take this back.
Right? Yeah. So thankfully we're all vented now. And I was like, oh, I'm going to use my laser more. I haven't yet.
Huh?
I said bless you.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, so I need to use it more. But it's just things have been so crazy this month. I did not plan for October to be hectic. I didn't plan to be sick. I didn't plan to be all of those things. And your mom's moving in tomorrow.
Yep.
So
Yep. She comes in tomorrow.
It's exciting and crazy.
It's funny because we didn't. So she's been on the fence. She's like she didn't know. She's like, oh well, maybe I'll spend some time with.
She was
my
in
brother.
between. Yeah, she has a lot of guilt with leaving Jason when Jason's literally kicking her out.
Yeah, it's my brother. It's my brother and my uncle.
Right.
So her brother. So she has a hard time.
And other family down there for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's not that far away.
So no, it's not.
Right.
It's not. It's a drive.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That we've done many
I would say,
times
and thankfully it's an easy drive for the most part.
It's literally it's one highway. You need to.
Traffic and weather are really the two biggest things. But my brother was like, listen, it's my first apartment. Kind of want my space. And we were like, he doesn't
want to share this tiny one, his first
mom,
tiny one bedroom with his mom. Like, I love you.
Exactly. Right. And he's so it's much like me. He's not that kind of he's not that type. Like he doesn't like whatever. And I mean, I didn't for the most part either. But just to have the freedom of
just
doing
if you want to,
even if you just want to have like our friends come back,
right?
Or you want to come home, you want to come home late without like bothering somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to
or
be
her worried, like
I was gonna say
having
like
to
actually
check
be able to stay up,
or
watch TV, and not have to worry about like waking up people.
Right.
Which again,
there's nothing like
none of these describe my brother at all. None of these describe him at all. It's not his personality.
But just having that freedom to be able to do so. And the one bathroom in the place is in the bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as you get it's like as soon as you get in the bedroom, but it's still in the bedroom. So whoever's sleeping in there is like you go to the bathroom and you're like entering their space while they're sleeping. So it's just yeah.
So she'll be coming.
Which we thought would happen.
So but she told us she'll be like, okay, so I'm moving in on Friday. And we're like we want, but we were just it just took us by surprise because we thought she was going to be here for like an extended weekend.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I'm coming for
just
good.
The weekend. Yeah, because she said Friday, Saturday. Anytime she talked about it Friday, Saturday, we can talk about Friday, Saturday.
But I think she meant I'm coming over Friday or Saturday. Like she didn't know which one. Not that like she's only going to be here for Friday or Saturday. Yeah. So it'll be exciting that she's going to come and like stay.
The boys absolutely love Nino. Yeah. Anytime, if all of us are home, like if one of us is gone, the boys immediately think like if there's a noise, it's me or him. But if we're all home and there's like a noise at the door, they're like Nino. And so they'll be excited.
It'll be
for
fun. Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
So that's happening tomorrow.
That's fun. I'm going to see the Taylor Swift movie
tomorrow. The what?
Taylor Swift movie.
Oh, I thought she said hose or something.
Yeah, I mean there's gonna be hose.
There's gonna be.
I'm gonna go see the hose tomorrow. I'm like, wow, hose. What hose? And why wasn't I invited?
With what I said.
I she tried to get me to go. And I was like, no. And I was like, if you guys do a happy hour or something before or after, I'll come. And
what is the
Taylor Swift movie? It's literally a concert.
I thought it was a concert.
But like, well, so
it's a movie about it's like the concert movie. Like she did like a documentary of like her current tour, and it's a movie about the.
Kind of like Michael Jackson.
So are you giving her shit about that?
What?
Because when we were first moving, I had a DVD of what was that? What was that concert of the Snoop Dogg?
But I don't understand anybody who's a Swiftie.
So
I don't question. I don't
have to leave to refill my drink.
Exactly. See.
Wait, but you need to
do the Up in Smoke tour. The Up in Smoke tour.
I went to that.
Okay, I had a DVD of it.
Oh, you go? Weird.
Huh?
Did you go?
No. How could I go? I was here. It didn't come to Florida.
It didn't?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. I've never been so high as I was.
Listen, so was I, and I didn't smoke.
Same.
It was contact high.
I mean, there may have been other things I did.
I didn't. I drank. But it was the Pepsi Center. And like it's all enclosed, and like everyone was smoking. You could see the smoke.
I was gonna say it literally was up in smoke. Like you could like clear. You had like clear room to breathe.
Oh my God, I was unprepared.
The guy behind me got so I don't know what the hell he was on.
Yeah.
He went to the bathroom and he came back totally wrapped in toilet paper like a mummy and decided to start walking up and down the steps like this. Me and my friends were like, what the fuck is happening?
Wow.
That was a good concept. That and we went to Jay-Z and Friends, and because it was Philly, Jay-Z brought everybody he's ever met in his whole entire life.
Right.
And then we went to see M and J at Yankee Stadium, and again they brought D12 came.
Yeah,
like it was like anybody that M could possibly reel in. T.I. was there. Foxy was there. Mary J. Like it was like the concert went from 7:00 at night until 1:30 in the morning. And then we got stuck in New York because the train stopped. So I just sleep on the floor of the train station.
Oh my God.
In the morning. The little Zamboni.
I'm trying to make sure that it didn't come to Florida.
The little Zamboni and the
I mean, even if it did, like you weren't able to go.
Anyway, I had the DVD. And she's like, you have a DVD of a concert? And she gave me so much crap about it.
But it makes sense why I would give you it makes sense, yes.
But here you're going to go see a movie of the tour.
It's weird to me, but so is everything that Swifties do.
Right,
sorry, Swifties, if you're a fan of the show also. But
I'm over here painting my nails talking about you.
Yeah. Sorry. Are you wearing anything fun?
No.
Oh, okay. It's not like the Beyonce.
The Beehive.
They dress up too, don't they?
They come after you.
I love. I named my laser Beyonce.
I know.
Hello.
No, but I'm telling you, don't make fun of the Hive. They come after.
I mean, I like Beyonce too.
I'm in the Hive,
and I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just don't want to go to. No,
she's
I don't know.
Hater,
I don't know if I know any of her music.
You probably do.
You can't not.
I know her music, and I don't listen to it. It's
at least one.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't know it's her though. I probably don't even know it's her.
The reels. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. That's Taylor.
Oh yeah, but that's like I mean, so I categorize those like songs as like reels.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how much of that song you probably know just from existing. Because again, I've never ever attempted to let me go listen to a Taylor Swift song. But I'm sure I know many of her songs just because they're on around me.
Maybe.
I hate
her newer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that about Kanye. Because I don't like Kanye. I've never liked him since his episode on Punk'd. I looked at him like, oh, you're a little like bitch.
He's a bitch.
Right. So I never liked him. And then like a new song will come out. And it's like, oh, this is Kanye's. I'm like, oh,
he's really good.
I like it. Like I like Through the Wire.
So yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That was his first. That was his first.
That was before he turned into this guy.
Yeah, that was the introduction.
I would say that was like old school when he was still kind of
when he was still on the rock.
Somewhat.
Fuck, always.
But
not the same arrogance.
Right. Yeah. Where were we going with that? That's what she's doing tomorrow. Yeah, she's going to the movie. Oh yeah, she was gonna go to the concert too. She thought about it.
Well, it's
when is it?
It's October in Miami. Next October in Miami.
But
they had to reschedule that one, right? Didn't they have to reschedule that one?
I don't know if they rescheduled it or if she just added tours. Do you hear the sound behind you? It's a giant wasp, and I'm so entertained because all he wants to do is come inside.
So the sound is also our it's the garage door.
Oh no, I'm actively watching this wasp.
Yeah, but it's the crackling is.
Oh no, I knew that was just because I heard that.
It's like adjusts.
Every time you got the insulation.
He flies head first directly into this window behind you, and I can hear like that was a dragonfly.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that was huge. I was like, I ain't going outside if they're lost that big.
Did you show John the dragonfly that I caught in my house?
No, I didn't have to show you. She's like talking to it, and it's like it waved at her.
Big, and
it wouldn't get off.
He wouldn't get off my.
She's like outside,
hand.
like trying to like take him, like put him on.
Off. I was like trying to like brush it onto the tray, and I was like, "Will you get off of me?" And every time I like try to put it on the bridge, did you notice he would curl his butt up?
Yeah.
And like look at me like, bitch, no, I'm staying on
I'm good right here.
I was like, get off, like get on the tree. And then I was like, are you good? Have a good night. And I like ran back inside because I opened the door. I was hanging the Halloween decoration. We have like a skeleton door cover, so I was just like taping it to the top of the door and the bottom of the door.
Yeah.
And as soon as I opened it, it was like a fucking bird flew in.
It's huge.
Buck was like,
it was like. It was like the whole body of the dragonfly was like this big.
It's like fucking massive.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course. Always. I always have this. It'll go away for a couple weeks and then it shows back up.
Oh yeah, that's pretty big.
So, little known fact that those eyes when you zoom in.
He waves.
Yeah. So, in the conference chat that we now call like the family chat,
the audio I actually say, "Hey guys," and he goes.
But did you know that dragonflies have a 90% accuracy, and like all bugs are scared of them?
Oh, like hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you have a dragonfly
like eating,
near you, like mosquitoes won't come near you.
Huh.
So there was there's a lot of things I learned from reels. But this was from a reel.
The guy was carrying the big dragonfly.
I think so. Because he was saying how even fake ones, it works. So you can have like a decorative dragonfly, and it will repel like mosquitoes, flies.
Backpack. He was like, I don't go anywhere without this guy.
Yeah, because it actually like
ain't no mosquitoes coming anywhere the fuck.
Yeah. Right? I didn't know that. I was like, oh, it's little. They're like the apex predator of
one
like.
That sent that to me because, or I
maybe,
sent it to you because
who knows?
I don't think
our feeds are very similar. Like,
which is why they're by bodies of water.
Water because they're hungry.
I've always known
because they're gonna eat everybody up.
I just thought that's where they like hang out by standing bodies of water, but it makes sense because that's where mosquitoes are.
Who eat everybody.
So that's why they would hang out around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you know?
The
more you know. A little non-laser completely.
That's
I mean, it's
you're
not
gonna edit it in. I'll go like, look, the wasp is back.
Look, the more you know.
He just periodically is like, "Hey guys,
hey, what you doing in here?"
Still here.
So
funny because that one frame has the mirror reflective on it. It didn't go so well because then when we went to do this one, the glass broke.
Yeah. So and that's when we decided we had to go a different way for venting.
Yeah, we're like, because
we noticed how thin the glass is.
Yeah,
it's like,
Well, and I mean, I ordered special ordered acrylic from Amanda to cut a hole into and all the things. Yeah, I realized it was just not. It was going to have to go up and then again with those hose, the black hose, you know, these hose don't bend very well. The black and yellow hose. So
I was like, whoa, that's gonna have to be edited out.
The legit vent hose, black and yellow vent hose, doesn't bend very well. She's not flexible, so we vented outside. Yeah. Anyway, before this goes downhill more.
Yes. So, where could people sign up for the courses?
Yes, that, and then I have something else.
Mine?
Yes.
GlowCreateCourses.com.
SilhouetteForLasers.com.
Should I point so you can add it?
Nope, don't point. Nope, I'm not adding
it. Here, ready? Right here. Just add it right here, John. Right here.
It's not going to be there.
You know what's funny? It's not going to be there. No. You're doing that and it's not going to be there.
Wait, can you add the bouncing ball too, like while I talk?
I'm just going to put link. It's just going to say link. You're like, link. Put it here. It's going to be like unclickable link.
Unclickable. Plain text.
So you probably don't know this code, and I was going to ask you before and I forgot, but
up, down,
a
up,
long
down,
time,
A-B, left, right.
A long time ago, you set up a exclusive code for listeners for your files. We'll have to share that too.
For you?
For the podcast. Yeah.
I'll just look.
Yeah, let's look.
They're all
because there's one. I think
Etsy,
it's like 50% off or something.
For Etsy?
Oh my god. Etsy sellers for something.
I know what I'm adding here.
Etsy seller. Do you even have the app?
Yep. It's blue, right?
Yeah.
It's blue, right?
Ridiculous.
It is FAQ.
It's FAQ?
It's not that.
FAQ.
I have to pee.
You gotta wait till we find this link.
Did you say you have to pee?
Yeah.
Yep.
So do I.
Well,
try to pee for like
let's hurry up so we can end this.
Wait, has it been an hour already?
Huh?
It's been
hour and 15. You're not in here, Crystal.
Excuse me.
Laser me, this is in here.
You totally made one.
I know.
Because we made it for the Laser Hacks
it was
episode.
LoBo Black.
LoBo Black.
Where the fuck? It might have expired. It might have been one of those ones that expired, and then nobody ever told me it expired, so it just expired.
Okay, well, just kidding.
Still LoBo Black. I will just
okay.
Calm down. Everyone calm.
Everyone calm down.
This is just a test.
She'll set up a code again. LoBo Black.
We want to talk about LBX. But...
Oh, well, we kind of did. What did we want to say more? We talked about it. Did you forget?
A heads up about the project. And...
Oh, you can. Yeah.
No, you can.
No, you can. No, you. It's your project.
So I was gonna tell them that we'd give a heads up.
Oh,
because keychain thingies. Do you want me to give them a sneak peek?
Yes.
Okay. So at LBX, I am presenting on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I will be going through a process of how to hand letter a name or a word or anything that you want to draw in Procreate. I will be giving away some freebies. I will also be showing how to turn that hand letter drawing or name into a keychain design in Lightburn. And I will be providing an exclusive discount for keychain thingies at LBX.
But only for LBX people, so I'm not going to tell you what the code is.
And because you're not going to know the code unless you attend, but those of you that are coming.
And also because I haven't created it yet. But I'll create it before LBX.
Just
LBX. Right. Probably. No, well, no, we can't now.
Don't try LBX.
I was like, you can try it. It's not going to be that, though.
Yeah.
All lowercase.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm
excited to flash again,
major FOMO.
She's gonna photo.
Major FOMO of not going, but
yep.
They chose the weekend was rough for parents. Like I'm glad another parent said the same thing. Katie, with Monarch Pine, she had tickets. Huh?
Oh no, that's Katie
Mullinax or something.
That's the other one. Yep.
And she had tickets to LBX, but she's like, I think I'm gonna have to not go because, it's the weekend before Halloween, and that's hard for parents, especially when Halloween falls on like a Wednesday. You kind of do a lot of the like Halloween stuff on the weekend because it's on a weeknight, so there's only like so much you can do with Halloween. So yeah, it being the weekend before Halloween, kind of because that's when you do all the trunk or treats and random stuff.
Because Logan's birthday is that week.
Yeah,
we always
have the party. Oh, see, we get to wear them twice.
Nice.
So we have that, and I'm making that like we always do. The kids during the day, adults at night. So
nice.
I'm gonna invite the Eon crew.
Nice.
Just take up
good. Then we'll see. Your mom will be here, and we can send her home with the kids. Right? We don't know what that's like.
I mean, or she can just stay with them.
Right.
They'll be hanging out,
and they'll be able to become besties.
I'll be like, don't want to see
there.
The little things.
Right.
Put them in a room. Crate them if you need.
Why are you here?
Crate them if you need to.
Crate them.
Anything that's on Halloween.
Jackson crates himself. So
I put Logan in a cage his first Halloween. He was a dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
I put him in a wagon. I wrapped him in wire, and people were like, "Put your baby in a cage," and I was like, "And he can't get out. There's no door,
right?
There's an actual problem,
perfect.
And it's electrified.
If you'd like a tutorial,
we're going for reality here. It's electrified too.
Don't touch it. Bless you.
Bless you. And with that, it's been a great Riley Black project with Crystal and John and Heather.
Bye.
Mamie, we're all done.